Okay, we're looking at the chapter test at the end of chapter 1 in our book, page 61, and we worked on the evens in class, and we're looking at patterns here. So we have to write the next 3 numbers. So I like to look for easy ones to identify. 4 plus 8 is 48. So are they increasing all by 8? I need to check them all. 32 plus 8 is 40. 24 plus 8 is 32. So it's kind of easy. They're all increasing by 8. So the 48 plus 8 would be 56. 56 plus 8, 64, and then the next one is 72. So the next one, they're decreasing, but what are they decreasing by? So 58 minus 6 is 52. Is that happening to all the numbers? I need to check. 64 minus 6 is 58, and it is. So this one's decreasing by 6. So 46 minus 6 is 40. 40 minus 6 is 34. And 34 minus 6 is 28. Okay, so just check those. Check them for each number, because on our practice test, it threw us a curveball. The pattern was times 4 plus 1. So just check them carefully, and be careful on those. If you check your work, I think you'll get these right. Next we have, this is our base. This is our exponent. This is simply 6 times 6. Nobody seems like they're going 6 times 2. So that's good. It's 36. We did use calculators today, and we're going to look at this one. 8, it's a factor of 8 6 times. Our base is 8, our exponent is 6. So it's 8 times 8 equals 64. That's 2 times 8 to the 3rd times 8 to the 4th times 8 to the 5th times 8 to the 6th. That was our little shortcut. And I end up with 262,144. Now for this, I would let you use a calculator. Something like this, where you're just multiplying 8 6 times and getting a number like 262,144. So written out, it's 8 times 8 times 8 times 8. That would have taken us a long time. It takes me a long time just to write 8 6 times. So, and then solve them all out. Be a lot of work here. So this one I need to follow please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. I don't have any parentheses. Excuse is exponent, so 3 to the 3rd is 27. Now I just multiply, divide. My dear is multiply, divide, left to right. Whoops, excuse me. Make sure we write the problem down correctly. And I'm going to go a little more quickly on this, so I'm going to just go ahead and we'll just punch these in. 18 times 3. And we're getting 54. Times 27. Oh, I'm sorry, divided by 27. So 18 times 3. 54 divided by 27 is going to give us 2. Whoops, I clicked the wrong button. So it is going to give us 2. 18 times 3 divided by 27 is 2. Okay, 2 right here. And we'll use the calculator again, even though I was kind of murdered that calculator, kind of goofed that one. So I need to do parentheses first, within the parentheses exponents, so I can use my calculator trick. 2 times equals, give me squared, times 2 3 times 2 to 4 times 2 5 times 2 6 times 2 8. I get, oh, I should have got a different number. Times 2 once, times 2 3, times 2 4, times 2 5, times 2 6, times 2 7, times 2 8. 256. So 256 minus 200. And I have 149 minus, I do parentheses first. 256 minus 200 is 56. So then I have 149 minus 56. That's going to give me 93 if I work that out. 149 minus 56. And if you work that out, you're going to get 93. So next one. What they're getting at here is to use the properties of addition and multiplication to make it easier. So the commutative property of addition says I can put these in any order. So I can put the 9 here. I can say 91 plus 9 is 100. Plus 63 is going to be 163, just to make it easier. And what property did I use? I switched the order, so it's commutative property. Now on this one, they're all multiplication, so commutative property of multiplication says I could put 200 times 5, that's going to give me 1,000. And times 14, that's going to give me 14,000. So that's easier because I can do 200 times 5 in my head. So it just makes it a little simpler to change the order. And once again, I use commutative property because I changed the order. Had I grouped it, said I'm going to do this one first and put parentheses, that would have been associative. Associative is grouping, commutative is the order. So let's see here. Now I have to put 7 times 3 to the second plus 7y. So we'll go ahead and kind of sloppy writing there. I'm doing this kind of quickly here. Sorry about that. So, and I'm just going to get my calculator out. So I have 9 times 7 is 63. And I do the multiplying first. 7 times 3 is 21. 7, I could put parentheses to show that I'm multiplying, plus 21. I get 84. Okay, there we go. So now I'm supposed to write for 19, a number increased by 12. So x plus, that one wasn't that hard. We didn't have much trouble with that. X, a number, or n. You can use any number that you'd like. Okay, so we're moving on. 23 here. So we have, there are more reptile species than amphibian species. There are 31,000 living species of amphibians. Write an expression to show how many reptile species there are. So I'm going to just write an equation. N, how many more, minus 3,100 equals how many more reptiles there are. N is my reptiles. Probably would make more sense to make R my reptiles, wouldn't it? Reptiles minus amphibians would be more reptiles than amphibians. So if there were, let's just say I had 5 reptiles as pets and 2 amphibians, how many more reptiles do I have as pets? It would be 5 minus 2 equals 3. I have 3 more reptiles as pets than amphibians. Same kind of principle. So you should have something minus 3,100 for 23. Okay, for 25, we're just using inverse. Minus 20 plus 20 gives me just y alone. What I do to the left side, I must do to the right. Add 20 to each side. I get 41 equals y. So 25 is 41. And this one. So I added 14. I subtract 14. 114. So I'm left with y alone, and then for this one, 22. Okay, so let's just see. All right, we're doing pretty good. So y equals 22, y equals 41. Notice it's the inverse. To undo the add 114, I subtract, and I need to do it to both sides of the equal sign. So for here, to undo the multiplication, I divide. 17 times y, to get rid of the 17, I'm isolating my y, I divide by 17. So what I do to one side, I must do to the other, and I'm going to be careful and use the calculator here. Divided by 17, I get 6. So this divided by 17 is 6. I left 17 divided by 17 is 1y equals 6. So this one, 6 times x equals 42. To isolate the x, or undo the 6 times, I can divide by 6. 6 divided by 6 is 1, leaves me with 1x. Divide this times by 6. I get 7. Okay. All right. I'm out of time. So work this one out on your own, and you should get S, the Siberian, minus 480 equals 140. And so to isolate the X, you can add 480 to each side, and you get S, the Siberian, equals 620. Sorry I couldn't really explain that. We'll go over that in class the next day. But gotta go. That was my bell. Hope you do well on the test.